You got to remember, it's Queensland.
Yeah, we like to do things at a better pace there up here. There's
I
no doubt about
know.
that.
I know. But it does have its upside.
Oh, damn right it does.
Yeah, it's north of New South Wales.
And even further north of Victoria.
Yeah, that's very true too.
Dear. All right. So let's have a look and see what's happening in the old world of
It doesn't
crypto.
seem to be actually very much happening in the old world of crypto.
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
it's pretty
share,
flat, although
share, share, share.
things
There we
are
go.
sort of down a little bit, I guess, over this 24 hours.
Look, we've lost some market cap, so we have lost a little bit of money out of the whole space. Bitcoin's really it's gone up and it's gone down, but it really has not done much for a couple of days now, and we're still sitting at 11.4, and its dominance is still 68.5%. So that's just definitely still where most of the money is sitting. But
Yeah.
looking down across the top 10, you've got Ethereum sitting at 212, so it's down 1.5. XRP's at 30 cents, so it's down almost 1%.
Yeah, I don't get that one. It's been sort of dropping down quite significantly lately.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
XRP.
know you're
It's
never a fan,
XRP.
but it's always been there. So, yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash, so it's down 2.3%, sitting at 333.
And Litecoin
Litecoins,
continues to slide.
yeah, Litecoin sliding down, 86 now, down 5%. I think it's after the halvening. I think there was a lot of expectation around price that just hasn't happened.
Yep.
I think the big run on Bitcoin, Litecoin happened earlier in the year, and I think those in the know bought up, and as they say, you buy the rumors, sell the news, and I think a lot of people may in fact have been doing that. So anyway. We'll see. That'll probably sort itself out in the coming weeks, I suspect. Binance Coin sitting at $30, really pretty flat. EOS $4.12, down 2%.
Binance Coin, though, if you have a look at it, 10.3% gain over the week is
Yeah,
probably still one of the better earners of the top 10.
absolutely. No, it's had a good week for sure.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin SV down to 143, so it's down 2%. And Cardano sitting at 5 cents and down 4.4%.
Yeah,
So,
well, can you jump down to number 12 and bump it up to like number 3 or something?
well, look, interestingly, I think yesterday Monero was up in the top 10, and it's swapped places with Cardano.
It has, yeah.
So Monero is...
Coin Checkup's got Monero at number 10 and Cardano at number 13.
No, there you go.
Yeah, another example, just depends who you look at.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does.
Yeah, because even Bitcoin on Coin Checkup has the 7-day at negative 3.05, whereas Gecko's got
really?
4 up. Yeah.
What price has it got?
11,412 right now.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I suppose, and this is sort of part of the fun of crypto, is that it really does depend on where you look at, and these sites, they consolidate data from a whole bunch of different exchanges, and I suppose it depends on their algorithms and what exchanges they use and all sorts of things.
That's right. So what Stacy's saying, ladies and gentlemen, is really can put into layman's terms, even though, because they base it on all these sites from all over the place, even though it's showing at 11,412, it's actually 48 cents. to go and find that place that's selling for 48. Buy a shitload of Bitcoin.
I was going to say, where's that? Oh, I want that one.
I want that algorithm so I can buy it on that exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if we look at Bitcoin, like I said, for the last couple of days, it's been pretty flat.
It's a different chart. What are you doing?
This is it's still trading view, but it's actually from within CoinGecko. So actually, if I can click out of that. So if you clicked on Bitcoin within CoinGecko, so it takes you into all the detail, and then you've got overview exchanges. You've got a chart option here. Yeah. So you can click on chart, and then you've got just a straight price option, market cap, and then you've got a trading view option. and then I think
don't confuse our listeners because they like that other pie chart that you had, the candle chart.
The pie chart? What pie chart?
I meant candles. I'm hungry.
Well, they're candles. Yeah, see, they're candles. They're all the same. Anyway, so yeah, just more options available to you within CoinGecko. So yeah, it's pretty good platform.
It is a pretty good platform.
All right, well, that's
crazy news, Mister. Crazy news.
The financial system, and in case people have maybe just joined into us for the first time, and those that don't,
if so, where the hell have you been?
Where the bloody hell are you? Was that stupid ad we had? Yeah, look, I'm not a fan of the financial system. Just in case you didn't realise that, and
you do know that even if people haven't joined in with us before, they know that because they've read the ads in the paper. Oh my God, Stacy Postal not a fan of the financial system.
Not a real fan. You know, there are things I do like more. You know,
yeah.
And so, look, to be honest, it was the main reason I went into crypto in the first place, right? Mm-hmm. To provide an alternative to the financial system. And so I watched with interest the news of the financial system.
I saw that one.
So the debt, and this is a good one because I like his summary. And he's got, he said the prevalence of negative yielding bonds, subprime zero down mortgages, subprime auto loans, a deeply inverted yield curve, collateralized loan obligations, US corporate junk bonds, and soaring interest costs on the US federal debt are all flashing economic warning signs. And interestingly, you know, most people that, you know, half those terms that I just used, most people really don't understand what they're about. And to be honest, most people don't, because it's just monopoly money anyway. It's all made up shit in the financial system for them just to try and make more money out of nothing, right?
Stacy, I think you should tell us how you really feel about financial.
I was toning it down. I was being good, right?
Yeah. Stop beating around the bush and just give it to us between the eyes.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is that it says, underscoring just how out of control the debt proliferation situation has become. So in 2007, just before the GFC, our total global indebtedness was 112 trillion. Now that figure in itself sounds pretty big, right? Well, today we stand at 250 trillion.
All right. Seriously, so, what's $1 trillion between friends?
What's a trillion? We're not even talking a trillion here. Right?
Yeah, but you got more than 250 friends. I've seen your Facebook account.
Look, so the combined debt of the world's 4 largest economies have increased more than 10 times as much as their economies have grown. Now, that's the real concern, right?
Yeah.
That the only way they've been able to sustain any sort of growth in their economy is through debt, right? But the debt's growing heaps faster than the growth it's actually generating. Now, that's a real concern. So instead of
doing it for a while, though.
Sorry?
It's been doing that for a while. It's just the people.
But they haven't fixed that. This is the crazy thing, right? They've known where this is heading, but they still haven't fixed the problem. They haven't changed anything, right?
Yeah. So when you look at the US, they've got a bankrupt person as the president who refuses to give out his tax information so that they can't prove he's a bankrupt. And you're expecting anything different?
Well, look, to be honest, he's the least of our problems, right? Our problems started a long time before Trump got into office.
Oh, I understand that, but
he's just compounding it.
But if you're in an aeroplane that's crashing, you don't want the 7-year-old kid to be the one who goes up the front and say, "Oh, I can press dials. These are all pretty lights."
I've played Microsoft Flight Sim. I can do this.
Yeah, you want the guy who says, "I'm a retired 747 captain with 21,000 hours flying these things. Would you like a hand?"
Yeah, that'd be really good, you know. So anyway, so instead of getting spending and debt growth under control while the economy is healthy, the US federal government outlays have surged 30% in the most recent fiscal year, at the same time that revenues have fell 3%. So there's not a good outcome there, right? And as a result, the Treasury is issuing over $1 trillion of new debt annually to fund their deficit.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is then triple B rated debts doubled as a percentage since 2007, which was one of the key problems with the subprime loans back in that sort of triggered the GFC. So the amount of high risk and the amount of high risk corporate bonds and loans has also blown past the peaks that we saw prior to the GFC. So it's just it's just crazy, right? It's just getting crazy and crazier. Hedge funds are now going in on gold because and fiat currencies we talked about last week. It looks like it's a race to the bottom for all our fiat currencies. We've got the yuan, which sort of really, I suppose, triggered the real start of it. And this analyst here believes that if the yuan gets to 730 above the US, then it's full on panic mode, right? So we're fast approaching that. We've got 3 charts here confirming that the global economy is already in a recession. Very technically based. I won't sort of bore people with the details of all of that. Stocks and bonds yields all tumble as Global Times warns US don't underestimate China's will.
And I think that is probably one of the biggest things in all of this, regardless of the monetary side of it, is that people underestimating China's determination to win this currency war. I mean, they're not like normal people.
Well, the thing is, they don't care about what their people think, right?
That's right. They don't care about what their people think, but they also don't care about the impact on their people in the short to medium term.
Yep.
If they say, okay, well, look, we've got 6 billion people. If we starve 3 billion of them to do that, we're still going to win. We'll still have 3 billion people. Glass half full. It's just reality.
And they could just go and take, it looks like they're getting ready to take over Hong Kong anyway. So they'll bring in another couple of few million.
It's true, because you have a look at it. I mean, what happens if the US decide to do that and go, oh, look, we've got 258 million people. Doesn't matter if half of them starve. There's an election coming up. All right, food, right? China, there's an election coming up. How do you spell election?
No, that's exactly right. So it's going to be really interesting. So we've got US futures and European stocks tumbling as well as we just talked about Hong Kong. So it's the macroeconomic turmoil that's happening around the world is just insane. And for the average everyday person like you and I, we can't control that. We can't influence that. And so what the hell do we do to protect ourselves, right? And so for me, I see crypto as that insurance policy, as that hedge. So, if they want to crash the financial system, I want something that I have control over, my Bitcoin. And that if the government decides that they're going broke and they want to take everyone's money, well, they can't take my Bitcoin, right? So
that's very true.
That's one of the key reasons I went into crypto. So we'll talk more on the crypto side now. This is one you talked about before, Chris.
Yeah, Facebook admitting that the Libra current crypto project may never launch. Right? And I guess it can be covered, excuse me, in that block there. The Libra has drawn significant scrutiny from current governments and regulators in multiple jurisdictions, and we expect that scrutiny to continue. In addition, market acceptance of such currency is subject to significant uncertainty. And the article goes on to talk about how difficult what they're actually facing in getting it launched. So while they're spending $1 billion to do it, or investing $1 billion, which is not exactly small change, there's still no guarantee with the hurdles they're getting that it's going to come across.
No.
But regardless of whether it actually is successful or not, it's still got to be good for the crypto world, because it has really brought a focus on how cryptocurrency can be used as a medium of exchange offline away from the banks.
Yep, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And it's definitely shaken them up. There's no doubt about it, right? And
absolutely.
As you said, it's absolutely brought that conversation to the regulators.
Yeah, and you've got the US Senate now who are saying, look, cryptos are here to stay. We need to embrace them and find ways to regulate. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not going away. So stop fighting it.
Absolutely, but they will, and the powers to be are going to fight as far as much as they can. And certainly, the more it looks like the US dollar is losing its control as the primary global currency or the base currency, and these sort of projects, they're going to see them as a greater risk to their sovereignty. And certainly in Europe, they've been very vocal around stopping Libra.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it all goes to with there's another story which we haven't brought up. We won't worry about trying to find it now, but there was a story about how gold is continuing to rise. They're expecting 1,600 for gold in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Because fiat currency is a race to zero.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going down as they're trying to stimulate the economy by reducing the value. But China's going, okay, you go 5, I go 10.
That's right.
You go 10, I go 15.
Yeah, I don't know where that's going to go. No, that's
everyone's trying to play catch up because they don't realise that you don't play with the dragon. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, dude, dragons win.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, it's
not shoot the occasional dragon out of the sky with a really big arrow, but trust me, one of them survives, your town's getting burnt.
You're gone. Yeah, it's exactly right. It's dead right. So look, it's going to be really interesting to watch and see what happens with Facebook Libra. And when it first came out, we talked about the challenges it was going to face. Look, I'm still 50-50 on whether or not they get it over the line. Like you said before, they've got the resources behind them. They've got the money behind them.
They've got the willpower. It's the willpower.
Well, I think they do. So it's going to be really interesting. I'd still back them to get it up, to be honest.
Yeah, so would I.
I think
one form or another. If they don't get it in this form, they'll get it in another form.
Yeah, they'll do something, I reckon.
Guys, remember, red coin's already there. Go red coin.
You and your red coin. This is just another. This is where I want to highlight this to say to people: beware the FUD, right? The fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and the crap news, and the things that people are saying. And Mnuchin, I don't know, bloody say his stupid name. But did you hear him say that cash, not Bitcoin laundering, is not accurate? Like he was basically saying, and I watched the interview and CNBC, and actually it says here. He says, I don't think that's accurate at all, that cash is laundered all the time. We have the strongest AML system in the world. I mean, in what planet is this guy living to say that cash is not laundered? I mean, it's like, I don't understand how anyone could bold-faced just sit there in an interview and say that cash is not used for money laundering. It's like, what planet are you on, right? I just don't get that. So you're muted, Chris, just in case it will.
There you go. I'm back again.
Intending to say, you went very quiet there. I'm thinking it's unusual for Chris to be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet. That must be good.
I'm thinking, something must be wrong. But this joker, seriously. And the interviewer just basically said, really, he said, he was actually very kind. He actually said that he was going to, he pressured him a couple of times around the money laundering thing, and he actually said, I don't think that has been successfully done with cash. I'll push back on that. He continued, right? He actually continued down the path after he was questioned about that.
Without moving a mouse, the one I like is that one down the bottom of that screen there. While Node publicly stated his distrust of Bitcoin during its rise to 20,000 in 2017, just months later, Dutch lender Rabobank issued strongly worded remarks about Bitcoin's compliant risks, only to receive a $369 million fine for money laundering.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Look, and that's not the only one. I mean, look, all anyone has to do is do a search.
Last.
That's right, we did too. Just do a
59
search
billion,
for,
wasn't it?
yeah, for
$59 billion in fines handed out to the banks, the major 9 banks in America,
for money laundering stuff. I know.
The last 5 or 10 years.
I mean, so for them to come out and try and point the finger at Bitcoin is just the most ludicrous thing. You know, absolutely crazy stuff.
Mate, I saw a very little story which I haven't brought up, but I'll just say I'll just say the heading. Bitcoin has been profitable for 98.66% of its history.
Yeah, right.
2009, for 98.6%, 66% of its history, it's been profitable. Now, I would like to just say that proves I'm a genius. Absolutely proves I'm a genius. Do you know why?
Why did you need to prove that, my friend?
Because that means there's only 1.44% of its history that hasn't been profitable. I picked it. And so did a lot of other people.
Oh, you're good. I'll give you that. You're good. The old story, buy the dip, and people say, oh, you can't pick the tops and the bottoms.
Yeah, no, you can.
Well, Mr. Deal has proven that you can.
You definitely can. I've definitely done that. Oh, yeah, I've gone the other way as well, but I definitely did that with a couple of things. That's life. All right, buddy. Do I have another one? Facebook and Mitch podcast? No, that's it. I think we've covered them all.
Oh, actually, there was.
Oh, yeah, there was one. Hedera hash graph. Oh, yeah. They put up a nice story. It says, thanks for the following. It's got a black thing with a Facebook logo. It says, with the announcement of Facebook Libra, our community reminded us that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, consider us flattered. Though we'd like to point out that Facebook Libra seems to have missed these important points: trust, performance, security, stability, and governance. I think they're not a fan of the proposed Libra coin.
What gives you that idea?
I don't know. Maybe it's the 5 things that they've pointed out.
Hang on. Can you say those one at a time again slowly?
Yeah, trust.
Yeah, they don't care.
Performance.
Yeah, they don't care.
Security.
Yeah, they don't care.
Stability.
They may care about that. Yeah.
They do care about that because that's why they're managing it. Yeah. And governance. They do actually care about governance.
They care about
as well.
Because they've controlled it completely. Governance is not an issue for them. Because they have complete control.
And unless they can convince other people they have complete control, they're not going to get it across the line.
Well, convince them that they're okay to have complete control. That's.
What if the Libra coin is just a fake? Here you go, conspiracy theorists out there.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Everybody tip the towers. Here's one for you. What if the Libra coin and all the money they're spending and all the focus they're giving it is just a fake? If it's just a ruse, it's like a dummy pass in rugby league, where the ball goes from one dummy to another.
So, for the purpose of?
For the purpose of, they're actually launching a real cryptocurrency that they're just going to go whack to the market with on the side. So they're putting all of this out there, making everything look like it's all this. But in reality, Zuckerberg, who's not exactly a dumbass, is actually saying, all right, we want crypto. So let's start going. Because remember, originally, they weren't producing their own coin. They were linking with an existing coin.
Which I think is still a possibility.
That's right. So what if this is all just a fake, so that they're getting that ready to launch while everyone's focused on Libra, and then suddenly one day you're going to wake up and there is a cryptocurrency linked fully 100% to Facebook live in the crypto world?
Look, I think that's very likely because, like you said, they have had discussions with other crypto projects in the past.
Go Redcoin.
Yeah, look, I see it more as a plan B. I reckon they're forging with Libra, hoping that that's what they get over the ball because that's what they want. Yeah. But at the same token, if it doesn't, they've got a plan B sort of.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on Two Crazy Guys, One Crazy Crypto World.
Yeah, that's absolutely that's feasible.
That's it. Absolutely, it's feasible.
Well, crazy things have happened, and I've just.
I know. I came out in the t-shirt, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, especially in Canberra in winter. But the other headline there was Goldman Sachs gets bullish on Bitcoin. Right?
Yes.
Now, I mean, why is Goldman Sachs talking about Bitcoin? Period. Right?
Because someone at Goldman Sachs.
That's the first question.
Had a common sense pill.
Yeah, it's like, and then for it to be actually to come out in the news and they're bullish. So
it's either that, or someone at Goldman Sachs woke up yesterday morning, realised they were being fired that day, and still had the microphone. and as they walked out the door, they've gone,
screw these buggers.
Try explaining that one.
Here's my parting gift.
Yeah.
Dear, funny stuff. There you go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from the two crazy guys in the one crazy crypto world for our August 13, 2019 update episode. Would you believe 43?
That is insane.
We're almost at Stacy's age.
Absolutely, almost. I know we are almost.
I know, it's quite incredible. You've got a way to go before you get to mine, even though I must admit I must look like the younger one here.
Yeah, you do.
And even I, with my eyesight, can see that I'm fibbing there. But thank you for joining us on the crazy crypto world. And don't forget, if you would like to get more information and access to our special little things that we're producing on the side to put up there for you, join us over on Patreon, where if you become a silver or a gold subscriber, you will get your very own silver or gold crypto token. We will send it to you in what is commonly known as the post. It's a thing that you deliver letters and parcels prior to the invention of the internet. Although they still do deliver a lot more parcels, right? Because shit on the internet now, right?
Just thanks to you and my wife. Between you two alone, keep Australia Post going.
So until tomorrow, have a great day, and we'll chat to you tomorrow morning.
Have a good day, folks. See you later.
Bye.